Alright, so finally went out and bought the Avengers on Blu-ray DVD, which, I mean, I had already seen it when it had first come out. Here it is. I thought I'd plop it in. Um, but I just watched that again for the second time. Because, like I said, I had seen it when it first came out in the theaters. Phenomenal movie, really good, great the second time. But I mean, I would like to comment that the Blu-ray DVD combo pack is still $30 in stores, which is outrageous because that's what it's been from the jump. Um, and I actually got Django Unchained which literally like came out last week for 25 for a Blu-ray combo pack. So I mean, it's a little bit bogus that they're still asking 30 for the Avengers, but I mean, it's a great movie if you guys haven't seen it, which I mean, who hasn't? It was really awesome to watch again. I actually also just saw Iron Man 3. I'll talk about that separately. But yeah, like I said, Avengers, great movie if you guys haven't seen it. Um, really love it the whole way through. Great way to finish off Phase 1. Uh, and then I also, excuse me guys, and something fell, but I'm a little bit sick. But I'd also just finished watching the second season of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Netflix, which I had already seen the second season and the first season, of course. But I rewatched the second season. Again, pretty awesome. I really loved it. The only problem that I ever really had with it was that last episode seemed like it was a story that probably should have been at least a two-parter, because it seemed a little bit like mashed together. But I mean, otherwise, it was pretty awesome. One of my favorite episodes in that is actually uh, the Yellow Jacket episode, the first time that Yellow Jacket appears. I don't know. I kind of like really like the character of Yellow Jacket. I feel like he's not too loved, but I like him. Um, but yeah. So like I said, I did see Iron Man 3. I personally, unlike if you guys watch Bug's review, Bug really hated on that movie. I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was easily better than the second one and at least equal to the first one, which I thought the first one was amazing. But I mean, I really liked Iron Man 3. I thought it was pretty solid overall. I mean, it was also, they did mess up the Mandarin, but I went into the movie expecting them to mess up the Mandarin based on Ben Kingsley not being Asian in origin. So I knew that he was going to be messed up to some extent. I mean, you could tell he was kind of like a jihadist type, terrorist type dude. So I mean, not classic Mandarin. And then they did mess up some other stuff about the character. I'm gonna try not to spoil it too much, but I did really like the movie. Mark 42 was pretty clearly based to look like the Bleeding Edge. I liked it for the most part. Um, I just kind of didn't like that from the beginning, from the jump of the movie, he was on 42. And that was. Eh, Let me just say that he wasn't in the armor that much in this movie. It was sort of like The Dark Knight Rises was a Batman, or it was a Bruce Wayne story, not a Batman story. This was a Tony Stark story, not really an Iron Man story. But I mean, I really liked it overall. It was really cool. We had the Iron Patriot armor, which I had heard some rumors that he was going to be in just a classic War Machine black and silver during the movie. And I don't know if I missed something, but I never saw it. But that armor looks dope as shit in the black and silver because there are a couple statues that are going to be coming out with him in the black and silver, and I think it looks dope. The Iron Patriot look of it is, it's okay. But I don't know. I miss the War Machine black and silver. And so did Tony during the movie. He was like, War Machine's so much cooler than Iron Patriot as far as a name goes and whatnot. But I mean, like I said, overall, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was good. Ton of fun. Just overall, pretty solid for the most part. Except for, like I said, they messed up some stuff. Um, that final fight scene was pretty awesome. It was pretty crazy, pretty huge scale. And then I will say I kind of don't like the ending. Just like the outcome of what happens, I guess. It's just like a little bit off-putting. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s his contract is over for playing Tony Stark slash Iron Man. I mean, will he come back for the Avengers 2? Maybe. I would be a little bit surprised if he didn't, just based on the fact that, I mean, tons of money. Um, Tony Stark is a great character. He does him so well. Uh, but, I mean, who knows? Um, but yeah, this definitely gets me excited for Phase 2. I thought it was definitely, like I said, a great movie. I'm pretty stoked up on Thor 2, whatever, the Dark World, I think, or whatever. I think it looks way better than the first one, but to be completely honest with you, I didn't really like the first Thor all that much. I thought it was easily the worst of the Phase 1 movies. And the way that I rank the Phase 1 movies is it goes Avengers, Iron Man, the Hulk, Cap, Iron Man 2, and then Thor. I just didn't really like Thor all that much. I thought it was a little bit lame, a little bit boring. I don't know. But I'm definitely excited for Thor 2. I think it looks much better than the first one. Definitely looks good. And then I'm super, super stoked for Cap 2. Can't wait to see Winter Soldier, see how they handle that. Hopefully that'll be awesome. And then I'm actually a little bit stoked for Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I had heard some stuff that it exists in the same universe, but they're not actually going to be coming in contact with, like, any of the Avengers characters. Which, I mean, I guess I'm fine with, as long as they, like, come in contact with Thanos or something like that, because that's one of their villains. And then Thanos was pretty clearly set up to be the villain of Avengers 2, so, well, we'll see what all happens, you know. But, again, Iron Man 3, definitely enjoyed it. Bug, you hatin'. But, yeah. Yeah, so this was a little fun one. You saw a couple of different angles on this one. Um, this was originally set up. It was the guy was in the same position, but it was Punisher and Deadpool up in his face. I didn't take any pictures of it. It just wasn't turning out right. I had this idea of how I wanted Deadpool to be standing. For it to work, it was like the wrong angle. It just didn't look all that good. Punisher didn't look involved at all. But yeah, I like how this turned out. If you guys don't know, that's the Series 3 Ghost Rider in the back. I wanted to add in another guy initially behind him for that first picture that you guys probably are seeing. But I didn't really have anyone else I could like use as a stand-in. So I propped him in there, had the gun up to the dude's head. You could really just see Ghost Rider's legs and maybe his hands. But yeah, I thought this was a nice shot. Just I want to get some DC shit going, you know. Haven't been doing too much DC related stuff. Actually, on the left here is a Winter Soldier with one of those little like pleather jackets. It's not like a full length jacket though. It is black though. It's got some Velcro. I don't know what it comes from because it definitely doesn't come from any Legends figure. And I just got that black mask, the Wolverine that you can get on eBay. I think probably still for I got mine for like $6 total. Mine has a really loose neck. If I ever have like some random a little bit of cash, I might get another one just because they're not bad. Well, not suited, but little figures. You could turn them into civilians maybe. But yeah, I didn't really find a head that would have been appropriate for that body because all the heads that I have are kind of receded, and that head that's on that figure doesn't really go into the head at all. If that makes any sense, it's a little bit confusing. But yeah, I just got him in there, and then of course I've got my Harvey Dent with the alternate Vega head on there. But yeah, I thought this was a fun little shot. I think it turned out good, or at least the shots that I ended up taking. I don't have one on this angle, but I will now. I think I'm just gonna grab this because it's easy. No reason not to, I guess. I could probably even crap. lowers shotgun a little bit. That's a little bit better. It's really bright. That looks good, I guess. But yeah. Alright, so just went ahead and decided to mod my Venom Marvel Select figure. Let me just say from the jump, although I do really like this figure, it was far from perfect for me. I still would like a better done Venom figure. This figure was way lacking in articulation. This thing had less articulation than most DC UC figures, so I mean the accessories it came with were awesome, but yeah. But anyway, this is roughly about where, whoops, my bad. This is roughly about where he'd be standing before the mod. It would actually be more like right here. Now, you can get him down a little bit more. There we go. And I actually do kind of want to adjust it some more. I want to try and get it deeper, but I'm not really sure if I can. But yeah, if you guys do decide to do the mod, it's super easy. All you really need is an X-Acto knife, and I use a hairdryer to pop them open. It's a really easy mod. It takes not much skill. It's not too difficult to mess it up either. It might take you a tiny bit of time cutting through the plastic. Once you get the ball joint out of the main little middle torso part, you're going to want to reheat that up so you can cut through the plastic a little bit easier with your X-Acto knife. But again, I mean, it wasn't too difficult of a mod, and it makes the figure better, that's for sure. The figure, like I said, well, I'm getting called, but like I said, the figure is still not perfect, still kind of far from perfect in my opinion. And I think this head looks kind of stupid without the tongue. I don't really like this head all that much. All I really like is the classic original head, the first appearance head. Yeah. Alright, so I'm not really sure if I ever told you guys this or showed you or whatever, but I broke this Black Panther figure about, I'm gonna say maybe 3-4 months ago. Maybe even a little bit more. But the neck peg, I don't remember why, but I was trying to take off the head or something like that. And as I was doing it, the neck peg snapped off, so the peg was stuck in his head, and the disc was stuck in the Black Panther's body. So I had spent quite a bit of time trying to get the Black Panther's disc so I could get a screw into it so I could pop the head back on. There was just tons of complications with my power drill not working, and then the screw was too thick and it like broke through the disc, and then just a ton of stuff. So I spent like the past 2 hours or so drilling through the disc, getting the disc out, then breaking apart. Well, first I had already broken a Baron Zemo, so then cutting up his head so I could get the disc out of there because I couldn't pull it out. That disc didn't work. It wasn't the right size, there were some problems with it. I couldn't get it working in this body. I then cut up a you guys remember I got that commandy for the head so I could put it on Sentry. The body, I sliced up the neck so I could get out the peg from there. I got in, sort of. I had it in sideways so I could even get a little bit of play side to side. But it was too long, so I decided to scrap that idea. I mean, I still had it as an option if this didn't work. I remembered seeing on my desk that I had a couple of neck pegs from either broken figures or just figures I wasn't using them for. For example, I remember the one that I was looking for initially was the one for my Harvey Dent body, because I remember for a while I had I had taken off that head, the Vega head that I had on there, and I put on a Banshee head, so that wouldn't fit on the peg, so I had to put in like some sticky tack. And then when I put the Vega head back on, I just left it on the sticky tack. But a while ago, I had swapped that out for the peg, the proper peg. But I luckily did find the peg for my Series 1 Captain America, which, if you guys don't remember, that had broken at the neck, because those figures are pretty cheap, the Series 1 figures. Luckily, my Series 1 Iron Man's still in good shape. But anyway, I took that peg, I trimmed it down on the edges a little bit, and I was able to get it down into this guy's neck. So now I've got a working Black Panther again. The head is a little bit loose. I mean, it's not loose right now because he's looking, or I've got it back, but if it's just straight up, it's a little bit loose side to side. It doesn't work quite, because I mean, it's not a disc. It was a double ball peg, but it wasn't quite a ball at the end, or at one of the ends, so it doesn't quite look up and down as far as it could, but I'm just happy to have a Black Panther again. I've been missing him. I don't even remember why. I was going to do some stuff with him a couple weeks ago. I couldn't find him, so either way, I'm really happy that I've got him working now. So, yeah. Alright, this has been another episode of Practice Makes Perfect. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, the show is somewhat coming back on. Again, I'm not sure how consistent this is going to be. I'm going to try and make it as consistent as possible. But, I mean, partially, this stuff's, like, it's fun. It's just, like, I don't know, I get bored of it sometimes. I still love the figures. I'm still going to collect the figures as much as I can. But, yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching. This has been Super Noob 117 on ACBA Practice Makes Perfect. And, stay tuned. Hopefully we got another one coming.